Hey y'all, it's Livy, your local luxury pastry chef and cake artist in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm the owner of Livy's Bakes and Jams, and today I'm going to tell you 5 things that you need to know and get together before you start your home bakery business. So if this is the first time that you've ever seen me, hi, my name's Olivia. I'm the owner of Livy's Bakes and Jams. I actually specialize in luxury cakes and decadent desserts, even dessert bars for any occasion. I started my business, it was back in April of 2020 when the pandemic was like at a tie. Everyone was in a lockdown, but I am here just to tell you some 5 things that you need to know before you start your bakery business. So let's get into that, all right? Number one is make sure that you refine your baking skills. So I know that a lot of people, they would get so hyped up of wanting to start a business, but they need to also realize that starting a business is not as easy as it is. Well, it's easy to start one, but it's not really easy to maintain it. So what I mean by refining your baking skills, hone in on what you want to be able to do for your business. You may not want to be able to do cakes, cupcakes, and maybe cakesicles, cake pops, and all those different kinds of desserts. Maybe you just want to specialize in doing decorated sugar cookies, which is totally fine. Or maybe you just want to specialize in luxury cakes like arch cakes and so many different more things. It just depends on you, but whatever you do, make sure that your product is going to be the best one on the market. So make sure you hone in on it. And also, if you need to, get some honest people, get some brutally honest people to try your product, especially if it's like the food lovers. Make sure that they try your product, get their opinion on it, and make it the best product out there. Whatever you're going to do, make sure it's the best out there. Number 2 is getting your sanitation license. So a lot of people tend to believe that, well, I can actually just have this business as a hobby and I don't have to sell it. Well, the thing is, if you're a hobby baker and you're still selling your cakes, yeah, that still poses a risk to you and everyone who's with you. So make sure that you're doing the right thing. Get your sanitation license. Sign up for a course. It doesn't even take a year to get your sanitation license. It probably takes about 6 months at max to get your sanitation license. I know here in Georgia, our stipulations are very strict, and how I do everything in my home bakery, I have gloves on, a hairnet, apron. I also even wear a face mask that covers my nose and my mouth as well, because again, it's very crucial for me. I know that I was raised in a kind of household where we are very, very stringent about cleanliness. And so when I also tell other bakers, make sure that you're doing the right thing, get your sanitation license, make sure you don't have your pets roaming all over the kitchen, and you just, don't have your toddlers on the countertops. Like, we don't do that. If you're baking for someone else, you would want to have the same standards. As you don't want to see, your kids' feet crawling all over the counters, their little bottoms on the counters, nothing like that. No, we don't do that. We got to be professional. So don't put, please, for the love of heaven, do not give other home bakers a bad reputation when you don't do that. So do the right thing, get your sanitation license, and at most, the whole course is probably just going to be $200. So get that done before you do anything else. Thirdly, is make sure that you have your cottage license. So in the state of Georgia, and as in with most states, except for I believe like 2 or 3 states in the United States, of course, we have this thing called a cottage license, making sure that you are certified to work inside the home and to produce goods from your home and to sell to other people. So that does not include that you take your stuff, you sell it to a gas station. No, You do not do that. You cannot do that, because that poses a risk. If you do not have an LLC, or if you're not a sole proprietor, you cannot do that, because again, that poses a risk to people, and it also poses a risk to the person that you gave the goods to. So let's say, for example, you wanted to bake and sell it at a diner, and the owner's like, yeah, sure. So the owner may not know, but you need a food handler's license, or you need a food establishment license is what you really need, which makes sure that you're in a professional kitchen where you have professional grade equipment to be able to make all of your goods, and then you can be able to sell it to that diner, for example. But you can't be doing that under a cottage license. It is illegal in the state of Georgia, so don't do that, guys. Like, I don't want y'all getting in trouble. And I know that in other states as well, that it's primarily illegal to do as well. So just keep that in mind, guys. Make sure you have your cottage license. With a cottage license, you can actually go to farmers markets and you can sell your baked goods. And you can also, of course, sell to individual clients as well. But you just can't be doing a standalone establishment selling to them, because, again, you don't have the proper licenses for that. Okay, and number 4, you actually just want to figure out what you want to do. Just kind of like what I said in the beginning, figure out what you want to do. If you want to specialize in one particular good, let's say you just want to do cake pops. Hey, there's a lot to do with cake pops. You can even do sculpted cake pops. You can make some that look like little pumpkins, Snoopy, whatever you like. That is totally up to you as an option. But here is actually some of the baked goods that I have done. I do luxury cakes and decadent desserts. And I have been doing this. Well, I worked in a retail bakery, a corporate bakery, for about 3 years in the corporate bakery business. And then I have officially owned my own business for a little over 2 years now. I mean, I just hit the 2-year mark, so yay, little happy birthday to me. But anywho, it just depends on like what you want to do, you know? So have fun with it. Figure out what you want to do. Maybe you just want to do cookies. Maybe you want to do cupcakes only, but it totally depends on you. You can just deck it out. The only limit is your imagination. So make sure you just focus in on what exactly you want to hone in on and just go crazy. No one can tell you what to do. Well, there are a few stipulations, like don't have alcohol in your stuff, guys. Like, and finally, with number 5, you want to take a business course. All right. Some of us, we may not even have went through the whole thing of taking a business course. You can take a business course, but also look at what your competition is doing. But also do not compare yourself to a box store. Let's say, for example, Costco, Sam's, their cakes are going to be cheaper because it's not a fully customized cake. Even Publix, those box stores, they're going to have it cheaper. But again, when you become more experienced in what you do, you can always up the prices. Not disgustingly high. We're not going to do $5,000 for a 1-tier cake. I mean, that 1-tier cake better have gold on the inside and out if it's $5,000. Just saying. But make sure you know your competition. What are they selling? What makes them different? You always want to figure out, do something different. You may do cupcakes, but maybe you want to do jumbo-sized cupcakes only. So maybe there are cupcakes about maybe this big. So just figure out what you want to do. I just hit myself in the lip, by the way. Make sure you scope out your competition. You see what they do differently, and you can challenge that. But also, don't be afraid to make some friends along the way, because it's always good to see, what other bakers are doing, but also it's okay. Other bakers, they can be your friends, but not everyone's going to be your friend. I have some baker friends. I praise God that I have the good baker friends that have helped me. It really helps a lot. But then there were some who came only just to try to see if they can take some recipes from me. And I'm like, honey, no, I worked a long time on this recipe. I literally burnt brownies 9 times to get this right. You are not having my brownie recipe. So that is what I just got to tell you. Not everyone will be your friend, but it's okay to also make friends in what you do. So try that. Do that. Again, guys, thank you so much for just listening to me and give you some of the 5 things that you need before you start your bakery business. So make sure you have all that written down. If you need to go back in the video to just replay and see what I was talking about, write that down. Make sure if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Also, like the video if you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like this in the future. And make sure you subscribe, my goodness, make sure you subscribe, and y'all have a very blessed day. I'll see y'all soon, and yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Remember, we're baking the world a better place, guys.